Check, check. Our mic's a little low. Should have maybe looked at that before I got it. Wait, what? Why is it still very low? System sound, input device. Is that quiet? Yeah, it's definitely quiet, eh? Is the mic? Check, 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 1, 2, check, check. There we go. We're in the hot stuff now. That's too hot, though. And I'm not even hitting the, What's going on? This happened last time. It was working just fine before. What the heck? That's why. There we go. Holy smokes. I don't know why that happens. There we go. See, now that's too loud. Check, 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 check. 1, 2, check, 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 check. There we go. Dr. Discombobulate's in the house already. There's nobody on YouTube. That's hilarious. Twitch is where it's at tonight, apparently. It's not official Funk Day or Funktuate content without a PBR. How's everybody doing? I said I was going to stream last night, and I didn't. But here I am tonight. I'm going to stream for a bit, and then I might stream some racing later. We'll see. Here I am tonight. I'm going to stream for a bit. I just want to make sure the audio sounded good there. But yeah. You're also ripping Pokemon packs, Dr. D. That's sweet. Are you getting some good pokies? Just gotta share this round. So yeah, like I mentioned during the last Funk Day or something like that, that I was thinking about going modular with the Proton. It's ambitious, but you know what? We can kind of mess around and check out what modules would go with the Proton. Hey, making some moolah. I see. It's a way to do it, buddy. Sick stuff, guys. Yeah, I was just kind of messing around with some stuff on the ideas for the dig attack. One thing I never really did or took advantage of was the ability to put more than one sample on the sequencer. So, you know, you can do like the parameter locks on Electron. You can put different samples. I am racing tonight, John. Thank you very much. I will be there. What are we doing? Are we doing Laguna Seca? My laundry just ended. Uno momento. Indianapolis? Or what? What do you mean Indy? Indiana Jones? I should open up the Discord and check out. Yeah, I might do. Do I do a racing stream tonight? Oh damn! You're already in the JJ chat, buddy. You're already going. What's the? Okay, yeah, you're probably just running some laps. Yeah, that Nürburgring race was pretty fun, John. But next year, I'm thinking about actually going to Germany and like checking out some shows and renting a car and doing some Nordschleife. I'm actually serious. If you're down, I'm going regardless. I want people to come with me though. It's ambitious, but I'm actually gonna do it. And whoever wants to come can come with me. Probably next spring into summer. Get some vacation from work going. If I'm going out on the Nürburgring, buddy. Yeah, man. I like the whole reason why I'm streaming right now is because like I had this inclination of getting more modular stuff. I want to take the Proton out of the case that it came in and put it into a proper modular rack, and that would probably end up costing me a trip to Germany at the end of the day, to be honest, over the span of a few years. Because modular doesn't really end, nor does buying synthesizers. I mean, like, it's nice that they're like their own units, but modular just brings way too many options and potential to the board where you get like FOMO and anxiety about not having certain modules. And like, I need that one because if I do, then I'll actually record some stuff, and this is the last thing I need. And then another module will complement that module that you were just justifying buying. And it's a slippery slope. And I'm trying to really qualify my my purchases now. Again, like the Proton was a replacement for the Digitact 1. Obviously not a direct replacement because they're two very different things. Yeah, then my Germany trip is gone. But if I just use crypto money for the Germany trip, I'm almost there, buddy. Almost there. $500 a day, do you think? 7 Gs? But I still want to be a good boy this next year and be a little bit more financially conscious. Guys, I don't have like, yeah, I don't got so much it costs if you crash on track. We'll get the insurance, buddy. We won't crash. You know how much? You know how good we are at driving on simulators. Man, we'd probably get a helmet and everything. I'd still be going granny speed on the Nordschleife. Be hilarious. Cheap to race, but expensive to crash. Yeah, well, they got to make their money somehow. They probably see like just a random person thinking they could do it. They're like, oh, we're going to make some bank on this. So maybe I should bring $14,000 and budget $7,000 just in case we crash at the Nürburgring. That's hilarious. What was I going to do on my phone here? Something related to the stream, I think. I totally forgot. But John, imagine if we become rich millionaire and we're able just to actually go race our own cars at the Nürburgring. Maybe I'll fly my Q50 there and just give it a sayonara. Yeah, I'll run my Q50 to the ground there and I'll just hop into your Supra and we'll do a few laps. Hopefully we don't write that off. Hopefully not, John. Mr. Tiggs. I totally forgot what I was going to do. Was I going to check crypto? No. XRP is going back down, though, guys. You should buy back in. Get that position. Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to kind of talk about some modular stuff. So who knows what a modular setup is? Raise their hand. Oh yeah, I know what I was going to do. I was going to go play the stream on my TV for monitoring purposes. John, have you seen that video of that guy in BC, I think? And he gets pulled over in his Lambo. And then the cop's like, what the hell are you doing here with like this plate? He's like, I flew my car here. He's like, no, you didn't. He's like, yeah, I did. He's like, nobody flies their cars places. He's like, well, I did. He's from like Abu Dhabi or something like that. And the cop's like just so gobsmacked about somebody flying their car to Vancouver to the point where he's like, this has to be illegal. So funny. It's so funny. He's like, that's an international license? He's like, yeah. Yeah, that's oil money shit right there, man. When in doubt, offbeat bass, everybody. Dr. D. Cheers, buddy. I should stop beating this $400 microphone with my dabs. The one time I don't have the horn sample handy. Let me get it. It's a staple for every stream. It's in my noise. Oh yeah, everybody. Now it's officially a Funktuate content stream. I got a live resin, Benjamin. I'm so cool. I'm just kidding. That's pretty neat, buddy. ... Are you serious? You can't even... Modularly cooked. That's awesome, buddy. Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about modular shit. So if y'all don't know, Modular stuff looks like this. It's like crazy setup. So you basically get a rack and you fill the rack with various modules and they talk to each other via patch cables. Take out all the patch cables, there's nothing going on. You physically have to connect the individual modules to each other via the cables. So you can build a synthesizer from scratch, you know? So you can get like the oscillator module. Like if I could take that off the Proton and put it in a rack, I would have oscillators. And then you can buy a filter, then you can buy an envelope, and then LFOs and utility stuff and all that. The Proton is basically a modular synth, but already wired with all of the patches or like the, what am I doing here? It basically would look like this on the back, but then you're also able to reconfigure the signal path with the included patch bay on it. You can also send modulation sources out as control voltage into other gear that receives control voltage, such as the Edge. So with that, this gives me a very potential, or a lot of potential, sorry, a very potential path to go down with a lot of potential. So yeah, like here's an example of a pretty crazy setup. Don't even get me started. If you want to go like creme de la creme, deadmau5 built his own modular studio in his house. Like he has his regular studio, and then he has his modular studio that he just built. Is this a picture of it? Is that his main room? I can't remember. But it doesn't have too many pictures of it, but deadmau5's wall is absolutely insane. And he's got like every module known to man. Fun fact, there's one of deadmau5's rigs right there. And what's that right there? It's the Behringer Neutron, everybody. The Proton's little brother is in deadmau5's rack. Is that neat? So this, for example, you're able to remove the Proton out of this case and put it into a rack like that and expand the setup. It's crazy. So what I want to do is... wait. Yeah. Okay, thank God you guys can still hear me. So what I want to do is get like a rack and a synth junkie. Synth just like that. Yeah, I don't know. I want to at least get like a little bit of a modular setup going. I have a full synth right here. Two full synths, really. There's two filters, oscillators with sub-oscillation, two LFOs, two attenuators. You got a CV mix, two VCAs, two envelopes, plus an ASR generator, which is crazy. So like already this is like, I don't really need anything else, but come on, why not? But yeah, maybe I just kind of decided in my head that this thing has enough in it. And like maybe I should really just like play around with the patch points on the Edge and how it plays with it. Like what I have going on right now is the LFO, what was it? LFO 2 in the bipolar position. So it's going to go negative and positive voltage. And that's going into the mult, which is multiplying it into 2, whereas that's going into an attenuator. Wait. I should have done this differently. So what I should have done is gone LFO 2 into attenuator, into attenuator 1. out of attenuator 1 into mult. There's so many and it's such small writing. It brings the mult. There we go. And then we'll go mult out. So mult in, it duplicates the signal. So now we have 2 mult outs. So I'm going to take the 1 mult out. And I'm going to throw it into FM. And I'm going to take the mult 2. And I'm going to throw that into the filter modulation for the edge. So right now, it's technically not affecting anything on the proton. It's only going to be sending what we did to the edge. So the LFO to the attenuator, what the attenuator lets me do is control how much modulation this is actually getting. So it's not going to be a 0 to 100 and all this crazy movement. I'm able to control how much of that modulation is heading out and almost like pinching it off and like check this out. So if I go on to, let's just put this into a crazy little thing here. Right? I'll just show you the filter for now. So I'll close the filter. Right? Now, when I raise the attenuator, you'll notice the filter is going to start getting modulated. Why isn't it doing anything? One sec. Terrible example. Okay, VC. Oh, that's why it was in the decay. There we go. Check this out. So without the modulation is what you're hearing now, and then so that's basically me doing this. I got stuff to do. I can't go all day there, so thank God the Edge is able to modulate this knob with the signal coming from the proton and gives us this. So already it's cool, and we can change the rate too. So it's fun stuff. Proton or neutron? I'm going to start building a small Eurorack setup. I was going to install a neutron, but do you think the proton is better? RKY. I was just kind of talking about how much this has packed into it. I mean, just try to think about what you want in a modular system, what you're willing to achieve, and see if this has too much or too little. Like, let's say you want something like a different sort of envelope on your synth, and you know there's a module for that. Get the neutron, because it's a very basic synth. You're able to send both oscillators out relatively simply. The Proton's 2 oscillators each have a submix, so you're able to get a thicker tone. It has the wave folding, which is absolutely nuts. Check this out. So bypassed like that, and then it just gets thick. So in terms of actual sound design, The Proton is definitely geared towards like a more utility driven synth. You know, you have your two attenuators, your CV mix. You even have a patchable ASR envelope, so it's giving you more envelope triggers, so you can shut more knobs off and like all that kind of stuff, and get more movement to the sources. So it does a lot in a small package. But if you want other modules to be doing those jobs in a more specifically tuned fashion, then maybe get the Neutron. Although I think the Proton is cheaper than the Neutron. So it's just more, like, I know the Proton might take up more HP as well. So if the features that you're looking at are present in the Proton and you're willing to give up that little bit more HP, then it might be a better call. But I've had both. I'm having a little bit more fun with the Proton, to be honest. I felt there was a little bit of a wall that I would hit with the Neutron. But with all of these other things that this is bringing to the table, you're like making a sound and then you forget that you have the wave folder off. So then you go into the wave folder, then you thicken it up and you're like, oh my God, I had my sub mix down. So you bring in the sub and it's constantly like around all these different corners, you find different ways to like really, like, I don't know. It's just a discovery machine. It's really fun. It's not about what's better. It's about what it's going to be doing for you. You know what I mean? I wouldn't buy a Lamborghini if I wanted to move a couch, you know? But you can strap one to the roof and it would work, but you'd get weird looks and probably scratches on your roof if you don't prep properly. You know what I mean? When there's a will, there's a way, but there are tools. Ooh, that would be a nice setup to sit in front of, man. You probably get lost in that so much. Yeah, like the way I have this set up, it like Dig Attack 2 is the main driver here. Oh, we got that going mean. And then yeah, Dig Attacked to this. Everything's also getting processed sidechain wise by the Roland. But yeah, shout out Roland, shout out Behringer, and shout out Moog for making such good products that Behringer would clone them and make them cheaper. I'm not too sure I can even make a legit DFAM sound any better than the Edge. I used to work at a music shop and I used to hover over that DFAM and I had a lot of fun with it. And I'm glad I was able to get something similar for like a fourth of the price. Yeah. But yeah, how's everybody else doing? What kind of gear do you guys have? I know what Arkai has. He told me. Is that all you have? Not judging. I'm just curious because like I kind of like wish that I didn't get some of these because like I want to get rid of them like in the back of my mind because like I just want to hover over this stuff, but then I'm like, oh, there's going to be a day I need some polysynthesis. I need some thick bass from the Moog. Hey, that's actually smart because little do people know the Behringer version of the DFAM, the Edge, is actually a more accessible, like user accessible machine, being that there's a MIDI in and out. And yeah. And there's actually like time division on the Edge too, which there's none on the DFAM. The only thing I don't like about the Edge, the only thing is there's no 1/4 inch out. You got to run a 3.5 mil out that bad boy. It's not a deal breaker, but it's just one of those things where it's like, come on. Feels like one of those battery operated Roland or Korg Volcas, you know? Yeah, it's a smart way to do it, definitely. Ooh, the sequential take 5. Nice. Hydrogen Moog Minotaur. I used to have a Moog Siren, the limited edition version, and the octave higher, 2 octaves higher than the Minotaur or whatever. Ended up needing or wanted to get some car upgrades. So I sold this to some guy in Australia, shipped it over there for him, doubled my money on it because it was limited. But I miss it. But I got... I love my Moog. It's so much fun. Sometimes I'll just like put a sequence on and just turn knobs for like half an hour. Yeah, like the story of how I got my Moog is just kind of a funny one. I had these headlights that a coworker gave me. He's like, I don't even want these. They're off the work truck. You can have them if you want. I don't even have a Dodge truck, but I took them home anyways. Looked up how much they were. I was like, shit. Sold them. And then I had a little bit of money set aside for just like whatever. And then I went to the music shop once I sold those headlights. And then they're like, yeah, we got a sub 37 and a subsequent 37 in stock. But there's one used. I'm like, I kind of snotted at it, you know, the idea of getting a used synth. He's like, listen, it was used one time in a coffee shop. The guy like barely played it. He took it out of the box, put it on a stand, played a few root notes, and brought it back. I looked at it. It's like he wiped it off after. Like there was no fingerprints, nothing going on. And they knocked $800 off of it for me. And I was like, yeah, no, I have to take it. That's basically a free Moog to some people. So it was a no-brainer. Yeah. But then the Peak I bought outright. But before it was like stupid expensive. I got the Peak like 4 or 5 years ago. I think the oldest piece of gear in the room. Key step. I don't think I have any gear from when I started. What did I have when I, like the very first, can I show you guys? I want to show you guys my very first. Can I bring it up here? Got to show you guys the first ever setup. My first synth was the Micro Brute from Arturia. Yeah, here it is. That was the first setup. So it was an Arturia Micro Brute, a Korg Volca keys, Volca beats, and a Basel Castle sitting in the middle. That was like a tiny version of a modular synth right there. You had your drum machine, you had your 3-voice polysynth. Then you had your bass machine right here, right? And then it evolved into what we have today. This is a different layout, but yeah, it's basically what the studio looks like. Do I have any pictures of like the setup from before? Not really. But yeah, like it was a pretty fun time getting into it. Do I have it on my other profile? Yeah, and then I got the Neutron. And that's what that looked like there. That setup. So yeah, I had the Arturia. I had a Behringer compressor. Oh yeah, then I had I got the Drum Brute Impact. That thing was fun as hell. I love the Drum Brute Impact. It was sweet. And then what happened after that? I had a gig. There was a Dig Attack 1. I miss you, Dig Attack 1. I still have an FMR RNC. It's just not in the chain here. I don't have this exact one, though. I returned it. Or no, I sold one. Then I bought another one later on because they're awesome. Here's me at the gig. That was at the live show. There's the Siren. Oh, yeah. That was DJing. Sorry, I've got such bad ADHD. Control S8 from Tractor. Then you have, the key step, Dig Attack, and the Siren right there. How funny is that? And then, that was the setup for a bit. That was an old desk, too. I miss that desk. Same PC, same key step, everything else. I have that mixer down there. I just have to get it fixed. But, yeah, the guitar pedals too were really fun. Oh, that's when I only had my Scarlett 2i2. Damn, that's old as hell. When was this? May 27th, 2020. That was damn near 5 years ago. Holy smokes, time's flying right now, guys. 5 years ago. I don't even have the KRKs anymore. This is before I got the Focals. Oh yeah, and the next shot is literally the Focals. That's awesome. But yeah, I do miss the setup. The Korg SQ1 was also a really, really good, just sequencer. It would be awesome to get one of those again. I think that would be very welcome in between the Edge and the Proton. But that's it for memory lane, man. Yeah, man, you just keep smoothing out the setup, It's like you pull one side taut and then the wrinkle happens, and then you just keep changing things up until you find your little nook. What's going on, Nil? That was a very reverberous horn. Wow. Streaming has made me a different person. It's hilarious. I like it, though. But yeah, this is now the current setup. Sick air horn. Yeah, it's whenever something just sick happens, Like if I take a dab. Oh yeah, buddy. Terrible, terrible content. That's what I like to call it. But yeah, maybe we should jam. We should have a little bit of a music sesh here. Anything else you thinking of adding? I literally got the Proton last week. I just did the very first Monday Funk Day on it this past Monday. Right now, my itch is kind of itched in terms of wanting new gear. When I got rid of the Dig Attack, I just I hate open spaces on the table. Yeah, and that's why I do it, Nil. It's more of a nod to the stereotypical DJ, because Diesel Ultra Lounge. Fuck. You got CE. Oh, yeah, I remember, man. They used to print their own CEs and stuff. It was hilarious. Diesel friggin' Ultra Lounge, and then Set Nightclub, and then Envy, Rum Jungle, and Encore, then Casino. Man, I remember like people were crying when Encore closed. Like, I get it, but goddamn, looking back at it, man, whew, that place was so fun. I remember seeing like Feed Me brought his teeth setup to Encore, and it damn near hit like edge to edge of that nightclub. It was like kissing the curtains on either side of that stage. It was maxed the hell out, man. That show was so much fun. I'll never forget that. That and when Snails opened up for Carnage in like 2015, right in his wild era before everything he did afterwards. Yeah, Encore was like pretty fun. Wonder how many GoPros we're all on. You know what I mean? How many random recordings, background person. I wonder how many times I've been captured. Yeah, the mall is an attractive place for the wild ones, let me tell you. They don't survive. They definitely bring a lot of stuff. They need more, like they wanted more sophisticated stuff. That's why they converted that whole entire wing to like add to like the casino. They just wanted to damn, it looked like I was just jacking off there. That's hilarious. I remember you at Soundwave, buddy. How could I forget that? With eyes wide open. Buddy just wanted water. So let's just have a little proton sesh right now. Just see what this thing can do here. Dude, it honestly is. Actually lower this an octave. I like that right there. Don't overcomplicate it, you know? Yeah, we're just chilling, Nil. You can leave me on in the background. I'm just having some beers and sitting down. This is not a funk day. We're just going to explore without intent. See what magic we can get out of this. And again, the whole goal is like, do we need modular? Are we heading down the modular rabbit hole? Do I really need to? Should I? Are there some bad influences in the chat that are going to convince me to go modular and blow my money? Like, if anyone out there, if there's a perfect circuit salesman out there or a Moog Audio guy watching, Guitar Center, Andertons. So after that, so we got the filter going. Then we just have our square wave. You know, let's put that to a saw. What's our sub doing? Our sub is a sine currently. Our sub could also be... Guys, that's one other thing that's cool about the Proton that I don't know if you can do on the Moog. If you can, let me know. But the Proton, you have the sub mix, right? So you're able to drop in the sub frequency, which is an octave lower than what the tune is on that oscillator. You're able to choose the waveform that you want for your sub oscillator, which is amazing because you get different relationships between different waves being on top, on the bottom. You get different flavors, different harmonics. It's cool. You can't do that on the Moog. I mean, it has a sub oscillator, like. And like same with the Proton. It's also cool because both oscillators have a sub, whereas only one oscillator has the sub on the subsequent. So already, like, the Proton is already packing more than the Moog at a fraction of the price. I don't know how they do it, man. I don't know how they do it. There's some secret sauce going on in the Behringer Labs. I don't know what they're doing. I actually do know what they're doing. The only gripe I have about this Proton, get the freaking knob off. Plastic knob posts. Plastic knob posts. That's the only thing that I'm like kind of turned off about. But until I break one off, I won't complain. Honestly. I'm never like, you know those noise artists on Instagram? They're just beating the table to death with their guitar pedals. I'm never going to do that to the synths. You'll never see me lift up the Dig Attack. Oh, dishwasher. You actually have a discount code at Perfect Circuit? Can I get a MIDI in? Let's continue on with this bass line and see how we can souse it up a little bit. Let's give it some modulation. Sounds kind of gross. Let's fix it. Nope. Okay, let's choose a different sub oscillator frequency or wave. Let's go back to sine. So lots of movement to be had here. It's not good. How do I fix that again? Shoot. so it's weird because there's all these like hidden things that you can do. Went out and played with both the TS and 7 Long McQuaid the other day. Couple hours, sort of liking the TS better. The T8S or the TR8S? T8S. The T8S. Okay. Wait. Yeah, no, that's the one I have, buddy. That's the one I got. I got the TR8S. It's every Roland drum machine in one, with effects, with cool stuff, with very cool performance, like stuff. Like it's a performance machine. Yeah, the MC707 is like not just a drum machine, it's also like marketed as a sampler. So you're getting like sample, like a dig attack kind of mixed in with a drum machine sequencing sort of experience. But yeah, so like if you're just focusing on the drum machine aspect, it's going to be a little bit cheaper. Just because it doesn't have that extra computing going on. Let me just make sure I'm correct there. See, 707. Yeah, the 707 is like it's a groove box. So it's like if you wanted an all-in-one sort of like jam machine, 8-track jam machine, 707. Or is it only 7 channels? No, it's 8. But yeah, like don't get me wrong, you can still load in your own samples into the TR8S, but the MC707 is going to be a lot more intuitive with your sampling and playback and modulation and whatnot. So it's going to be more of a dedicated sampler and drum machine. Go to Monster Days, buddy. Do it up. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm still scratching the surface as to like what is actually like the TR8S is capable of. Again, a big part of it comes down to like there's so much going on in the room. Like if I were to just pick 3 things for each funk day, like I don't know, I feel like I'd have a little bit of an easier time navigating and making music. But again, there's still so much going on that like I'm not utilizing like 40% of like the features that you can really flex on the drum machine, you know? Each thing's kind of like doing their own job, so it's not really like working too much of its potential. Big Typhoon Base Station Microfreak over the Mavis. Was that you on Reddit that posted that? Because I saw that too, and like I was gonna send that to you, and I literally looked it up right after that, to be honest. Honestly, like if you want a Moog, like if you just have a hard on for a Moog, like and you just want something cheap, you get the Mavis or a Minotaur if you want to bust out that much money. Still under $1,000, but it's damn well near there. But yeah, there's so many synths for that price. Cheap viewers on streamboo.com. No, I know there's not. You know what? You can frig off with your BS there. Where's I gotta go moderate my Twitch. Frig. Oh, that's... Can I get rid of that? Get rid. Can I how do you delete? Invite. Ban. You're banned, buddy. But yeah, like if you're looking for like a synth in that price range, what is it? Like $400 or $500 for a Mavis. So Let me see if we. So what do you want? Dishwasher. It's more about tone. So you go to the Moog for a very specific flavor. It's very creamy. It's very smooth. The oscillators, like they know what they're doing. That you can tell it's like. I would say like this is like German engineered, like BMW, Mercedes, AMG, or something like that. This is like a Supra. It's a little bit more like careless versus like something that's like more meticulously engineered, and you just get it for like the experience. The Proton, definitely, like, to the untrained ear and somebody who's just listening to music, they're not going to be able to tell the difference between a saw wave from this and from that, and a patch from this and from that. Yeah, Moogs are insanely popular, and yeah, they've stood the test of time, but there are many alternatives for many amounts of savings. Yeah. It's a weird analogy, but yeah, like this thing's like got like the everything. It's got like the kill switch. It's got the laptop in the passenger seat. It's got this. It's got that. This has just got a nice smooth ride. You step on it, it stays straight. You don't have to worry about nothing. It takes off quick. You don't have to take this to the shop. The engine light doesn't come on as easy on one of these bad boys, but yeah. Hopefully that helps out, but let's see if we can find a synth for dishwasher here and pro audio recording, where is it? Keyboards, synthesizers, and drum machines. So do you want it to do chords? Do you want it to do bass line? Because mono synth, I can't do a chord, I can play it like, but I can't play more than technically 2 notes. I mean, so yeah, you can do 2 notes on it. I want a keyboard for chord. Looking for a synth to have some fun with. I went crispy sound, crispy deep warm sound. Let's see what we can get crispy with. What's your budget? What the hell? Are you serious, buddy? What? What gets gnarly for that price? A lot. Let's see. I thought you were talking like entry level. What? Okay, for you, if you want a Moog and you want something that gets crazy, do you like the idea of patching, or would you rather get something like this where there's no patching but there's more knobs and menus and stuff like that? Do you like getting dirty, or do you like keeping it clean? Knobs over patching, perfect. Okay, so that's out of the question. Honestly, man, like the Peak, it's a very gnarly synth. It can get dirty. So right now it's going for $25.49, but let's just take a little gander at this bad boy here. Yeah, you want gnarly? The Novation Peak. Let me show you something dirty here, buddy. I don't know. You can do wave tables with it, so it gets really gnarly. Yeah, check it out. I'm looking at Long and McQuaid right now. You could definitely get it brand new from BC. You can ship it in. If it's brand new, you don't have to pay for shipping. They'll get it in store. You can order it, but it is brand new in stock in multiple different Long and McQuaids. So you could definitely order that into a location. They give you any shit. I used to work there. They'll give me a call. But yeah, like it gets crazy. Not only that, like it does pretty stuff too. I don't play much keyboard, but yeah, it's a very capable synthesizer, and you're essentially able to create most sounds known to man on this. It's a palette. Yeah, Screaming Strings. I'm toying with the idea of going modular. I'm also helping my buddy Dishwasher out on Twitch here find a synthesizer, and I'm demoing the Peak to him. And also, Dishwasher, the Peak has built-in effects, so you're able to get like really big reverbs and a built-in arpeggiator. Yeah, it gets huge. It gets huge. Yeah, the Moog is like the under layer of it, you know? But don't get me don't get me fooling ya. Check out the bass on this though, like. So it's quite capable. Like if you have that money dishwasher and you want something that like can, because not only do you get like they're digital oscillators, don't get me wrong, they're digitally controlled, but you get the wavetable option, which is very versatile. Suppo, what's going on, buddy? So you get the wavetables. Which you can modulate with the LFO or the envelope. And then my favorite patch of all that I did with it. Sync LFO to tempo? Yes, it is sunk to the tempo. Oh, missed a note there. So yeah, you can make the Daft Punk patch almost perfectly. And you can make it your own. You can do something else. You can do like Oliver Heldens' Gecko. And then you can like, it's funny, I was in Vancouver and you can do it. Like I can sequence it too. Where is it? So you can what else I wanted to do like a drum and bass mix. Damn, what happened to my patch? Oh, I'm playing the yeah, let's do a drum and bass thing to it. Just record it at tempo. What is it at 111? Something like that. Uno momento. One sec. This is actually going to be sick. I just want to make like a bass line for it. That was lame as hell. This is awesome. That was I had the same idea there. I was just focused on the 60 where dude, you can take these things on a ride and a half. You can take these things on a joyride. What's going on, Stu? Speaking of that, Look who came to say hello. They said it was groovy. Look at that. That's awesome. So much fun, guys. That was a good time. Good time and a half right there. Yeah, getting the hang of the Proton. It's the oh, you can't even see me. Whoop. It's literally called Daft Funk. I called it Daft Funk. But yeah, the modulation there, that crazy drum and bass, whatever it was doing. It's playing both filters. So you have your filter 1 right here. Scrabs. There we go. Then you have your filter 2. And conveniently, each have their own LFO modulation source. So you have the one doing the crazy wap, 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 wap. Oh, come on. Then you have the other one. So that's also on a low pass filter. You know, you guys know your filters, right? Low pass. It's only letting low frequencies pass, but we can increase the frequency cutoff and let higher frequencies pass as we turn the knob. The other one's on a band pass. So imagine a low pass. Would that be a low pass for you guys? No, I don't know. It's cutting the lows out. The band pass is carving. So this is what the band pass sounds like. And together, y'all get the gist of it. It gets gnarly. I only carve in the bowl, brah. So when you want to carve the bowl with the Proton, bud, what you got to do is drop it on the oscillator tune. First, you want to pick your frequency, brah, what you want to roll with. Absolutely terrible. Feels like I've been streaming forever, but I've only been streaming for like an hour and a half. Brandon, are you going to be racing, buddy? I'm going to hop on some racing. There, get off. Get out of there. Nomad tool, everybody. Buy one. You've put in laps. Are you going to go back? Or are you there right now? Ah, you're there right now. I see, JJ. Come beat my time. I'm in... Oh. Haha. Let me guess, John can't do a clean lap. Hell yeah, guys. All right. Yeah, you know, that's all I kind of wanted to ramble on today. I think we helped Dishwasher find what kind of synth he's looking for. Maybe narrow down some things to compare on YouTube for future review. Do your research too, buddy. It never hurts to stumble across something that, you know, start with the peak and just, you know, watch some related videos and see, oh, peak comparison versus the Hydrasynth. The Hydrasynth would also be a very good competitor. Potentially cheaper. Definitely cheaper. But it's all digital. This has analog features. You love your peak, the Nomad, the Gone Mad, not Nomad. I thought it was like gnome mad, like you did a play on words with the word gnome, but my dyslexia unfortunately has a pun side to it. So, Gone Mad synths. That's hilarious. Yeah, the peak is amazing. It's one of the unicorn synths where the 3 oscillators, 8 voices. If you look at the Novation Summit, it's essentially 2 peaks in one with a keyboard. The only thing I wish something, I don't know, even if it had like a small 37 key keyboard somehow, I don't know, I would take it. But as is, it is a lovely synth. So, yeah, that being said, guys, I just wanted to just kind of say hi, ramble. That was just kind of the stream for tonight. I'm going to go race with some homies on our sim racing setups. Go pretend we know how to drive for real. But thanks to everybody who... Candyman. Why does everybody just pop in like right? Oh, you watched the whole thing, Candyman? Thanks, Owen. Good to see you, buddy. But yeah, I'm still undecided whether or not we head down the Proton modular rabbit hole. But yeah, thanks, Candyman. I guess you know it's always been a good stream, but I love those 10 seconds. Yeah, I bet you do. You got to cherish those 10 seconds, don't you? Every time. Yeah, guys, like there's not really much I'm looking to squeeze out more that I would need some modular pieces to unlock said features, but we will see. But we started to kind of dip a toe and get our beak wet. So yeah, no, that's actually Sonny scratching at the door. He's been a bad boy though. I cleaned out, well, not, he's not a bad boy because of this. I'm just saying I've cleaned out so much cat hair out of the PC. It was ridiculous. I could make a voodoo doll out of Sonny with all the hair I took out of it. Candyman. 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 I can't believe you guys actually watch my obnoxious ass. That's hilarious. But yeah, guys, I'm probably gonna try to stream. Let's see, it's Thursday. I'll probably see you guys again on Saturday. Is anything going on Saturday? It was this or work. Well, I'm glad you chose this, man. Fortunately, this does not work for me yet. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, catch me on the Funk Day next Monday, guys, where we will do an embarkment on some more just music making, live DJ-esque set with the synths. But yeah, till then, make sure you guys are liked and subscribed so you guys don't miss any streams. And if you guys just want to go check out Funktuate on Google, I got Instagram, all that stuff. If you guys care, I post pictures of the cats, reels, highlights of the Funk Day and whatnot. So that being said, guys, y'all are amazing. Keep it up. Keep up the good work, everybody. Have a good one. Take care.